It's okay if those like that.
Mm-hmm. Hit that light switch there for me. Turn it back on. Hello, hello. Come on in, come on in. Come on in. In this live tonight, yes, I have my mask on, and it's just a symbolic statement to say to everybody, be safe out there, be safe. So why don't we take this off, and let's get started. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome. I'm Dr. Fred Jones, professor, attorney, publisher, and best-selling author of the book, Dr. Fred Jones Speaks, Publish Me Now. That's who I am, the best-selling author of that awesome book. And in this live tonight, I'm going to teach you 10 characteristics of an ideal client. That's right, 10 characteristics of an ideal client. So if you are here and you're looking to learn about doing business online, you're looking to maximize your intellectual property, if you're here and you're looking to build an economy around your story, you're ready to live out your purpose, you're ready to fulfill your mission, and you're wanting to create legacy with your life, then you're going to love this scope. You're going to love this live. You're going to love this broadcast. It's going to serve and support you in a big way. Hey, tonight I'm talking to coaches. I'm talking to consultants. I'm talking to published authors. I'm talking to bestsellers. I'm talking to speakers. I'm talking to pastors. I'm talking to thought leaders. If you're in any one of those categories and you're looking to be an entrepreneur, maybe you have a marketplace ministry. You know your ministry is in the marketplace and you're bivocational. You're doing business and ministry, business and ministry. If that's you, this live is going to serve and support you in an awesome way. I'm Dr. Fred Jones, the world's only worthologist. I help you walk in your worth, value your voice, and create an economy around your best-selling story. Now, folks, I want to teach you tonight on how to make money with your mind. Only work with ideal clients. You say, what is an ideal client? Tonight, I'm going to give you the profile of an ideal client. If you guys are listening in on Periscope or you're listening in on Facebook or wherever you're listening in, I want you to go ahead and put a comment in the comment box. I would love to put your comments up on the screen. I would love to put your comments up on the screen. Okay? So, you say, well, sir, who are you to tell me about making money online? I'm glad you asked. I'm glad you asked. I started in this space in 1991. Somebody can put that comment in the box. I was in law school, and I heard this word intellectual property. Intellectual property. And when I heard the word intellectual property, lights went off on the inside of me. It was like, bam, something is special here. Ever since 1991, I've researched, I've studied, and I've practiced, and I've taught intellectual property ever since 1991. You can pop it in the comment box. And since that time, I've realized that most of the world's wealth is housed in intellectual property, and that's where I've been studying it. In 2003, I wrote my first book. You see, a book is your intellectual property. Can someone tell me? Can someone say amen? Your book is your intellectual property. 2003, I wrote my first book. 2006, I published that book. And then fast forward to 2015, I became a #1 Amazon best-selling author. Now, I want you to watch what happened. In 2015, I matched my salary that year after becoming a #1 best-selling author. In other words, I was getting paid as a professor, and I had a published book that was a #1 bestseller. I was coaching and speaking and training with that book, and I matched my salary at the college with the same salary I was making as a writer, speaker, coach. 2016, I match my salary again. You see, coaching is making money with your mind. That's all coaching is, making money with your mind. Okay? And so what happened here is, thank you, Brenda. Thank you, Brenda. 1991 is when I started, Brenda. Brenda E. Wilkinson. Thank you, Brenda. And I matched my salary in 15. I matched my salary in 16. And then I matched my salary again in 2017. And it was the beginning of 2017. I walked away after 2 years of matching my salary online. And that's why I want to teach you how to make money with your mind. Okay? But the key to making money with your mind is only working with ideal clients. And who are ideal clients? What I'm going to teach you tonight is going to open your eyes up to know who you should be working with and maybe who you should not be working with. It's just something that you might want to think about. Now, I just want you to know, and I want to issue this disclaimer. I work with a lot of private clients, and all of my clients are ideal clients. That's right. I work with ideal clients, clients that love and respect what I have to offer them, clients who value what I have to offer them, and clients who show up and who are teachable and coachable and who are really hungry to learn and grow. And if you find yourself in that situation, then you'll be an ideal client for anybody that you want to anybody that you want to work with. So why don't we get started here? Enough of the introductions and all of those kind of things. I want to get started here so that we can move along and get this process going and get this process going and get this process going. Okay, so what I want you to do is go ahead and comment in the comment boxes so that you can help me teach this message tonight. Thank you, Brenda Wilkerson. Thank you. Okay, I want you to go ahead and put the comments in the comment box. Ideal clients. Are you ready for the 10 characteristics of an ideal client? Now, folks, here's the number one thing that an ideal client will do. An ideal client will see your worth. That's number one. They will see your worth. An ideal client won't have any problems trying to haggle with you concerning price. Ideal clients will not haggle with you concerning price. You follow what I'm saying? An ideal client is going to know your value and they're going to be willing to pay your price. That's what an ideal client will do. All right? That's number one. Ideal clients see your worth. They see your worth. They know what they're getting when they work with you. Very important to understand that. Okay? Now, I know that number two, an ideal client will take fast action. They won't take all day to make a decision. They won't go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. An ideal client will take fast action. They'll move on things. They'll say, yes, I'm in. They'll make a decision. Because the whole concept of making a decision is the word decision means to decipher. Okay? Can someone say to make a decision means to cut? And when you make a decision, you cut out all other options. When you make a decision, you cut out all other alternatives. When you make a decision, you settle in on one thing. So an ideal client will make fast action. They will take fast action and make a decision. Number one, an ideal client will see your worth. They'll see your worth and their value, your worth and value as a coach. I'm talking to all my coaches. I'm talking to all my consultants. I'm talking to all my publishers. I'm talking to best-selling authors. I'm talking to all of you entrepreneurs who are working with people out here online and you want to work with ideal clients, then an ideal client is going to respect you, number one. Number two, they're going to know your worth and value. They're going to see something in you that causes them to jump to another level. Number three, an ideal client is going to take fast action. All right. Number four, an ideal client is going to pay on time. Did you hear what I said? An ideal client is going to pay on time. Okay. It all depends on your arrangement with clients. You know, some people like to pay in full. Some people like to pay in payment style. Ideal clients will pay at different times on in different levels, but they will pay on time, whatever they agree to pay. All right. They see your worth, number one. Number two, they're going to take fast action. Number three, they're going to pay on time. Number four, when people want to work with me, An ideal client wants to write and publish a best-selling book. That's how I know that I'm working with the right person. An ideal client is going to want your premium product as well. You see, that's very important. An ideal client will want your premium product as well. So when you are out and taking your intake forms, when you're out bringing in new clients, and when you're out building your business like that, then you want to find people who are ideal clients, who are doing what who are bringing value to what you are doing. An ideal client is going to show up and they're going to respect what you're doing. Okay, I'm talking about the profile of an ideal client. 10 things to look for in an ideal client. 10 things to look for in an ideal client. Okay, thank you, ma'am. Ideal clients will see your worth and respect you. They will take fast action and they will pay on time. Thank you, Jawanda Grant. Thank you so much. Are you ready for number 5? Number 5, ideal clients will pay in full. Ideal clients will pay in full. Okay, that is very important right there when you're working with people out here. Ideal clients will pay in full. They will pay in full. All right. Okay. And oftentimes they'll pay in full up front. They'll pay in full up front. And that's a beautiful thing when you're working with ideal clients. They'll pay in full and they'll pay up front. Okay. And by the way, whenever you work with a client and they pay in full and they pay up front, that client is sending a signal and sending a message that they are all in. That's not an absolute rule. There are many clients who pay in installments, but anyone that pays in full upfront is generally saying, I'm all in. Now, folks, I've worked with about 5 different coaches. I've worked with about 5 different coaches, and just about every one of them I have paid in full upfront. Did y'all hear what I said? Every one of them, I've almost paid in full up front. I remember one coach that I paid in and on installments, and I didn't have about 2 months or so to pay that one off. And to this day, I have invested in my coaching practice a substantial amount of money. Okay, I'm just going to leave it at that. I've invested a substantial amount of money in coaching. Now, here's something that I want to share with you about coaching. A lot of people out wanting to coach and they want to do high-end product and high-end coaching, but they've never invested. They've never invested $25,000. They never invested $50,000. They never invested $300,000. They never invested on that level. And so it's kind of hypocritical for you to think that you can charge people $10,000 or $15,000 or $20,000 if you have never invested that amount yourself. It's going to be real hard for you to be in integrity and charge those kind of prices in your brand or in your business. So tonight I'm talking about make money with your mind. Am I helping anybody? Make money with your mind. Your mind is the manufacturer of the quality and the quantity of life you have. Come on, somebody. Your mind is the manufacturer of the quantity and quality of life that you want to have. Ideal clients will pay in full. They'll pay up front. This usually signifies that they are all in. This is right, my friend. And when you're working with ideal clients, they will energize you. Ideal clients will put as much back into you as you put out into them. Okay? So they'll pay in full. Okay. Now, an ideal client makes an easy and effortless decision. Ideal clients make an easy and effortless decision. Now, I'm talking to all my coaches and all my speakers and all your consultants out there. You don't have to twist an ideal client's arm and to get them to want to work with you. Most of them are like, I'm all in. Most of them are like, yes. And when you got that kind of client, you got somebody who they're not going to hackle you to ask you, what's in this program? And did I get this? They're not going to look for that kind of thing. Okay? Ideal clients make easy and effortless decisions. Okay, easy and effortless decisions. Now, let me talk a little bit about an unideal client. An unideal client is somebody that's going to give you grief. An unideal client is somebody who's going to come into your program and try to find fault in everything you're doing. An unideal client is somebody who's gonna take the sheet of paper and say, well, I didn't get this, and I didn't get that, and I didn't get this, and this, and this. And they're gonna try to go down the list to poke holes in your program, to poke holes in your product. They don't know your value. They don't know their own value. Therefore, they can't respect you. Therefore, they're going to try to find fault in you. Now, this is why, as a coach, you want to have tight contracts. You want to have airtight agreements. You want to have clear program descriptions so that the people don't come up on you and try to come back on you once you put your heart and soul into a coaching program or to a product offer, and this person want to come back and try to foogaboo you and make you look like you didn't give them all that you were supposed to give them. Let me tell you something. I've learned this one thing, and I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say it very softly. I'm going to say this very softly. Ideal clients make easy and effortless decisions. That's right, ma'am. But I want you to hear this real loud and clear. It's a proven fact in the coaching circles that people who pay the least complain the most. Somebody need to write that in the comment box because I want everybody to get that down. Okay, this is another reason why I charge premium prices. People who pay the least complain the most, and people who pay the most complain the least. Here's why that rule is true. That rule is true because people who pay the most respect and value themselves, they respect and value you, and they respect and value their time. So people who pay the most, they know the value of time. And when they have paid somebody and you've given them your time, they also know the value of, they know what intellectual property is, and they know the value of intellectual property. So it's kind of like this live stream right here. This is an extremely valuable live stream. I'm doing it as a marketing strategy. I'm giving you criteria that you should look for when hiring a client. Let's just say you play this out and you go tomorrow and you talk to someone on the phone and you realize that this checklist, that they do everything that's on this checklist. And they everything we told you, they pay on time, they pay in full, they respect your value, they're eager to get started, they made an effortless decision, and they are ready to go. And you sit back and you say, wow, what card would you be using? And they say, my American Express. And they say, are you ready to go? And you say, yes. And you say, the program is $10,000. And they say, just put it on that card, $10,000. And they're ready to go. Now, and just from this session tonight, you see the value of what I have shared and what I have taught. How much is that worth to you? When you say, whoa, I just got an ideal client. Let's say, for instance, okay, and you say, wow, I got an ideal client. An ideal client, will be one that shows up in a big, big way, okay? Now, people who pay the least complain the most. People that pay the most and value themselves, they respect you and they respect your time. That's right. People who pay the least complain the most. That is the biggie right there. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Now, let's just say, for example, you go tomorrow and you're working with your intake. You're doing the intake and you got leads coming in. And let's just say tomorrow you talk to somebody and they say, well, I need to pray about it. That's one thing they ask. They say, I want to pray about it. Okay, that's normally the first thing they say. I want to pray. Now listen, all due respect to everybody that prays. I pray. I like to hear from God, and I believe in prayer. Okay, but a lot of times people use that one to keep from making a decision. And then they'll say, well, I need to talk to my sponsor. That's something else that they'll say. I need to talk to my sponsor. And then another thing they'll say, well, what am I going to get with that? It's important to know what you're going to get. But if someone get caught up in the details of the product or the details of their program, if they get too caught up in that, then they're not hiring you to be their coach. They're hiring you to be their savior. Ooh, that was good right there. I have never shared that, but that is revelation. If you got a person that's a potential client wanting to work with you and they get all caught up in the details of what they're going to get, am I going to get this? Am I going to get that? Are you going to help me do this? Are you going to help me if they get caught up in the details, they're not hiring you to be their coach. They're hiring you to be their savior, and they're going to fail every time because no coach is your savior. A coach is a guide and not your ride. A coach is your guide and not your ticket to wealth. The coach is there just to guide you with their mental assets. This is why coaching is all about making money with your mind. Okay? Because you're sharing with them your intellectual property. Okay? So I said that ideal clients make easy and effortless decisions. Are you ready for another point that ideal clients will do? Ideal clients are willing to ask for help. Okay, this is very important. Ideal clients are willing to ask for help. Would you help me, please? Would you help me, please? Would you help me, please? They don't mind complying with whatever guidelines that the coach has laid out. The ideal client will comply with those guidelines and ask for help. Ask for help. And that is so important, my friends. That is so important. I want to pause right now and say hello to all my friends over on Periscope. I want to thank you for coming in. Friends over on YouTube, I want to thank you for being there. And all of my friends definitely on Facebook, I want to thank you all for coming in. And thank you all for being a part of this live tonight. I'm talking about learning to make money with your mind. Learning to make money with your mind. Okay? I'm giving you 10 characteristics of an ideal client. 10 characteristics of an ideal client. Okay? I'm Dr. Fred Jones. My doctor's Juris Doctor. That's a law degree. I'm a literary attorney. I am a best-selling author, and I serve and support women of faith, women who believe in self-investing, and women who want to build a business based off of their best-selling book. So if you're looking to make an economy, if you're looking to create an economy around your story, you want to generate revenue, you want to make passive income, then I'm here to serve and support you. Okay? So we're talking tonight about 10 ways to make money with your mind. 10 ways to make money with your mind. All right? I think that was number 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, number 7 was ideal clients don't mind asking for help. Ideal client don't mind asking for help. If a potential client is caught up in the details, they are not hiring you to be their coach. They are hiring you to be their savior. Okay? And it's always going to end in disaster. They're gonna complain. They're not going to do the work, and they won't complete the program, and they're going to want to blame you. They're going to want to blame you. You didn't do what you're supposed to do. And anybody that's negative is not an ideal client. Not an ideal client. Okay? Are you ready for number 8? Number 8. Thank you, Jawanda Grant. Thank you, Miss Grant. Okay, number 8. An ideal client don't want to do this on their own. An ideal client does not want to do it on their own. You see, people need coaches. People need help. Okay? It is very important to get help out here. You know, you just can't do all this stuff on your own. I've had coaches ever since 2013. 2013, and I don't plan to ever do business out here on these internet streets. I don't ever plan to do business out here on these internet streets without the power and the support of a coach. Lady B. Ashley, good to see you over on YouTube. Okay, thank you so much for coming in. Thank you. I don't ever plan to do business on these internet streets, running in and out of these social media dugouts, in and out of it, up around this World Wide Web, trying to do it on my own. I don't plan to do it. Number 9, ideal clients are not afraid to invest. Okay, somebody need to put that one in here. Somebody need to say this. Ideal clients are not afraid to invest, okay? So why should somebody invest in your coaching program if you're not willing to invest in yourself? That's not a good look, my friend. I'm sorry. But how are you going to teach somebody else that they should be investing when you're not willing to invest? Okay, so ideal clients are not afraid to invest, okay? I'm not afraid to invest. Are you ready for another one? I got two more, folks. I got two more. Next, the next thing an ideal client will do, watch this. The next thing an ideal client will do, now this is critical. This will always tell you, I got two more. This will always tell you whether the person is a believer in abundance or if they're a believer in scarcity. Okay? Ideal clients are not afraid to invest. Okay? Lady B. Ashley, very good. Let me give you another one. An ideal client is happy to give a testimonial. An ideal client is happy to give a testimonial. That is very important right there. Okay? Hey, here's the deal. Oftentimes people will not want to give you a testimonial because they're afraid of people working with you instead of them. My friend, that is a scarcity mentality. And a scarcity mentality will keep you grounded as a coach. You'll never step into your giantness. You'll never step into your genius. You'll never step into your gifting. You will never step into what God has for you if you operate in scarcity. You got to develop a mindset of abundance. You got to know that there's enough for everybody. You got to know that there's enough for everybody. Ideal clients are happy to give a testimonial. That is so real right there. They're very glad to give a testimonial. Okay? All right. Are you ready for the last one? Okay? An ideal client will listen and trust the process. An ideal client will listen and trust the process. That is so beautiful and so real right there. They will listen and trust the process. And so that's the key. That's the key to getting to making money with your mind, is to work with the right clients. Work with the right clients, okay? Yes, a scarcity mindset hinders the thinking abundant. Scarcity mindset hinders think in abundance. You got to think abundantly. You got to think unlimited, okay? So my friends, I have shared with you a lot of information here tonight because I care. Because I wanted to share with you that you can make money with your mind. If you will learn the principles of intellectual property, number one. Number two, learn to be a coach or a consultant or one that works with ideal clients. Only work with ideal clients. My friend, I have some of the best clients in the world. All of my clients are genius. All of my clients are brilliant. All of my clients are phenomenal. I work with some beautiful people, and I believe in every one of them. But guess what? I handpick them. I handpick them. I don't just work with everybody. I remember one time I was working with a person, and they got upset, didn't like the process, didn't trust the process. You want to know what I did? I gave this person all of their money back. I gave them all of their money back. You don't know why? I didn't want the headache. I didn't want a headache of having to deal with somebody who's griping about what I've given them. You know what the person did? They turned around and sent me all the money back to me when they realized that they were being a pain in the neck. And I went on and I finished the project out of respect and courtesy. That's just who I am. Folks, I wanted to share this with you. Work with ideal clients and you'll learn to make money with your mind. I'm Dr. Fred Jones, the world's only bookologist and worthologist, reminding you the most expensive thing you will ever pay is attention to the wrong people. Y'all have a good day and a good night. Until next time, we're gone. Bye-bye.